All right, so on this one, we're gonna get into Shirtgate at No Jumper. Most of the cast they have terrible wardrobe choices. Adam has a whole Fashion Nova sponsorship that he makes sure to let us know about every time, and it's just like the corniest, laziest version of an ad. But whatever, that's besides the point. Lush is at the center of Shirtgate, and what Shirtgate is in this case is that Lush interviewed controversial YouTuber and tattoo artist Marvelous Inc., also known as Marvelous Minds, and he kind of just glazed him through the whole interview. I just got done watching it, so it's not like I'm just talking out of my ass here. He glazed him through the interview. Not as much glazing as usual, I'll give him that, but even without him being in his regular glazing bag, it was still just like, I'm gonna ask the question and then you answer, then I'm gonna ask another question. Like, oh, I didn't know that's what we were doing. Is kind of the energy that Adam had. He seems disappointed after talking to the team, and so this one kind of starts with Adam and Brick calling Lush out for his fake glazing ways and how he just wants to be a people pleaser by any means, no matter who or what the people are. And automatically, I just thought about how Lush made me look like a fool or make me look like a genius. I don't know. It depends on if you're a hater or not of the channel, I guess. But when they covered the academics thing, as soon as it happened, I already had a video out, and then I ended up just finding like supporting evidence that because academics was like extremely dismissive over the whole thing, which Marvelous is not in his case, and we'll get into that whole topic as the video progresses. But academics was super dismissive over his whole scandal that he found himself into, and Lush, I thought, was gonna come in and finally be like, take a hard stance on something because in his soft white underbelly episode or interview, he he kind of blamed most of his junkiness on childhood abuse. So it was just, I guess I shouldn't be shocked that he came on and just followed whatever Adam said, but yeah, he just came on and glazed Adam for like 3 hours, and that was that. And I was highly disappointed in that. I thought Lush was finally gonna, maybe get some fans over to that struggling channel that he has. But hey, I'm not here to be the channel judge. Not today, at least. We'll save that for another time. But yeah, so let's get into it. Let's get into Lush getting reprimanded for being a glazer and a trash journalist.
He runs from his
Moreno with the
fades.
Moreno.
Nah,
I
don't
he
know.
pulls up for the fade.
I don't know if
Can't
there's
say
gonna
that.
be too much more running with anybody after that interview drops pretty soon.
Oh wow, I can't believe you cracked it open before me.
I know,
People
but
who
I'm just
saw the
saying.
interview
Yeah.
told me that you were not going hard on him, which is not necessarily, in my opinion, that's not like the worst thing because if he was deceived, it is kind of hard to be like, oh, you're a terrible person because you were lied to or whatever. So I don't think that that's the craziest thing I ever heard. But then I see a clip of you on the news right after, and you're wearing a T-shirt that the Hater World YouTube channel produced that basically on the back or whatever has a bunch of language on it that is basically calling him a PDF.
Did you guys hear that? It seems like Adam 16 wants No Jumper to be a safe space for those accused of, doing what he was accused of doing. Like that's kind of, it's just very weird watching Adam 16 try to like reprimand Lush, but then also seems like he feels a little better than Marvelous because in his mind he's probably like, well, at least I didn't impregnate the bitch. Like, dude, it's still a 16-year-old. You knowingly waited in the bushes for your 16-year-old. This dude was lied to. If anything, he's still morally better than you, Adam. You don't really have the right to talk on this one. You kind of need to pull the tiger and just, sit down and shut up somewhere. But instead, you got him here just acting like we don't remember. Like you're not called Adam 16 on literally every corner of the internet other than inside of the No Jumper office. But anyway, so now let's get into this clip of Lush on Flacco's news show, which is shit show is an understatement. This is the actual sewer, like where all the shit goes, and piles up. That's what the No Jumper News is. It's just a massive fucking facility of shit, and it's led by a giant talking feces, by a giant talking Mr. Hanky, but times 100 because he's fucking 600 pounds. You got this baby seal sized piece of shit, not even doing anything like news like. It's not even news. There's no journalism that goes on the No Jumper News. Why is it even called that? It should just be called Flacco and a bunch of fucking people just shooting the shit and maybe debating something, which is not what news is.
I'm going to stop you real quick right there. We got a chat that says the biz, Icon and Lush.
No,
I love it. I just wanted to showcase a shirt real quick. It's a great shirt, Lush. Show them the shirt, Lush.
Yeah, listen, man.
Shout out to Haters World.
It's a nice beanie.
Yeah.
The beanie's crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
I just wanted Lush to showcase his shirt.
We like Haters World, but like, right? Because he said that he was classically conditioned to be traumatized.
You're back after pandering to people that don't fuck with us?
So I was just testing the classical conditioning theories. Right? We did this.
Sponsor shout outs, Josh. What sponsors do we have?
A-tier lyricist. No, and that's it, right?
Shout out to Lush for joining us today.
Much love, gang.
He was out interviewing a gang of ops. Shit was crazy.
It's a happy day.
The oppie day for sure. I just want you guys to know in about 2 or 3 days, he's going to get destroyed in the news cycle on the Latin side of things. I have nothing to do with it, but just know that he's
We'll see how it goes.
so fucked.
We'll see how it goes. They might be mad.
I'll personally go light on you, but everyone else is going to do what they do. So
They might be mad.
I apologize in advance.
But I came in with journalistic integrity and asked the questions that needed to be asked.
Ask no questions that needed to be asked. If he asked questions that needed to be asked, they wouldn't be having this conversation with them. It would have been totally different. It would have been, whoa, Lush, what? Wow, that was a heated conversation you had. I can't wait till that drops. It's actually like, it's promotion, but it's also like, dang, this boring ass interviews about the drought. The only reason why it's not boring is because Marvelous's conspiracy theories and stuff, which literally dominated the runtime. If I didn't say that already, I'm saying it again. Because I kid you not, it's like the last 20 minutes of an hour and a half is about the actual topic that everybody, wanted him to answer for. But the thing is, that's also just like weird, is the interview was kind of not necessary at this point in time because Marvelous already covered everything on his platform and Lush asked nothing new or no questions that required him to go any deeper than what he's already gone on his platform and on other people's platforms. But anyways, back into these clips because we do have some clips from said interview because it did drop as I was recording this.
And I guess like from the outside looking in, I haven't seen the podcast yet, but
that's that scary stuff I was talking about.
It sounds kind of fake. Sounds kind of fake to sit there and not have a friendly, agreeable conversation with them where you treat them fairly, and then boom, you got the shirt on right after. Let's hear your version of this, and I may have to lean on the person who's running the boards right now.
Well, go ahead. This is your thing because but I wanted to ask you.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I want to hear you respond to that.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I mean, what I did was try to be objectively doing the best journalism I could when I have disdain for the person, and seeing if it was a good experiment, seeing if I could remove myself and my emotions from a situation to try to get the best actual content and answers from him. Has there been other situations where it's like where you've seen homies that have had these accusations and to turn up on them? Does it kind of make you look at it differently now?
I had so many homies reach out to me from my neighborhood and all gang of neighborhoods that have the similar situation. If not back in the 90s when homies were being with younger girls and they ended up getting married or having kids from them. I don't know if you got any homies like that.
Oh no, that was a regular thing.
That was a regular thing back then.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in the early 2000s things started changing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, It is what it is, man. It happened, but hey, I was lied to. I don't go seek out kids, you know? I had 2 babies a month apart. And you know what? I'll admit it. That was some hood rat shit. That was some hood rat
I
shit.
mean,
And
I
at
didn't even.
39 years old, but hey, I'm a single man, homie. I live by myself, and it's flattering for a girl in her 20s, early 30s to say, hey, you know what? You're handsome. You're
Yeah,
handsome.
I'm not mad at you for knocking up multiple chicks.
Now, does that sound like disdain for the person that you're interviewing? That doesn't sound like he has much disdain in his heart. You can there's examples out there of like, oh, this seems like the interviewer was really trying to paint this picture with these questions. There's a way to do journalism and still clearly stand on a side. Oh girl, what's that black girl's name from ESPN? She's the black female journalist. I forget her name right now, but everybody was Malika Andrews, right? Everybody says she must hate black men because she's always speaking out against them every chance she gets. She's always grilling them with questions as soon as there's any controversy. There was no grilling. This was no cookout. No, there was no propane. You didn't even have the George Foreman grill. Nothing. There was no grilling that took place. This doesn't even count as a bake out. You weren't even baking nothing. Like, come on, fam. Talking about you had disdain. Where was it? This sounds pretty friendly to me, and I wasted an hour and a half of my life watching. All because of Shirtgate. All because you went on Freaky Fred's show with a shirt that you didn't have on all day. He started off the day with the zip up hoodie and a black shirt. He did the interview with Marvelous. Then he comes in on the news with a shiesty on, a rainbow shiesty, in a shirt calling old boy a predator. Then he changed back into the black shirt and black hoodie, zip up hoodie, and went and interviewed another person. His presence on the news was actually unnecessary. He was there for like a total of 20 minutes out of the 3 hour plus show. And he really offered nothing to any of the conversations that he was present for other than promoting his interview with Marvelous.
And I feel like we were able to do that. Before the interview, we both said to each other, he's like, I don't trust you, Lush. Like, and I was like,
funny.
I was like, bro, like.
See, that was an obvious fake laugh, but we all kind of know, at least all of us that read between the lines, that the 16 hates Lush. And every chance he gets to show that he doesn't trust him, he's going to take it and run with it. And that's all that was. That was just a big cosign of a laugh. Like, oh, it sounds like me and that guy can really get along type of laugh. And yeah, maybe they could get along. I don't know. Now, what I do want to say about just the idea of Marvelous and Adam being buddies or getting along into any capacity is this. Marvelous allegedly, well, not even allegedly, but, accidentally impregnated a 16-year-old. That's a crazy sentence. But it's true. She lied to him. She presented fake documents to him. Now, it's not like he's like a legit tattoo artist. We'll get towards that later. Like, his business is not set up in a legitimate way at all. His words, not mine. But he still was finessed. And I'll use this example. And by no means do I condone, this type of behavior, this Adam 16 type of behavior. But what I will say is this. If you get intimate with somebody who is a transmission and they do not tell you that they had their part switched out until after, to me that seems like that's not necessarily consensual, right? You didn't necessarily consent to intercourse with switched out parts. That seems like something, I don't think there's any laws out there, but that seems like something that they should have to disclose before doing things with somebody, right? Because that might be something that you just do not agree with. Now, people that are seeking out those with switched out parts, that's different. You're in a whole different category of people, right? But if you accidentally do it, you're not necessarily gonna get the same treatment as somebody who was seeking it out. So that is kind of if you're going to give grace, if you're on the side of giving marvelous grace, I understand why there's some grace being given. Now, at the same time, I think he should probably have, it's too late now. All you could do is learn lessons from it now. But he probably should be doing business in a smarter way, saying that just tattooing somebody that's 16 years old, whether you knew it or not, it's your job to know that. But again, he's not a legitimate tattoo artist. I think he needs to legitimize his business so that he can not run into these problems in the future and really take the ID check way more serious. Because just because it's common for 16, 17-year-olds to finesse their way into getting tattoos before they're supposed to legally be able to, you as the adult, you're still going to be held to the adult standard at the end of the day, regardless if you knew or not. And that's rightfully so. You should be held to that standard of, nah, you still did do something weird, even though you didn't know you were doing something weird. On a technical level, you didn't know. But at the same time, you did know that you have darn near, a 20-year age gap with this person is what you thought it was. He was like pushing 40 at the time of the interaction. So that's still crazy in itself. Maybe I'll get into this later. I'm gonna let the clips play. But I have a theory or something to propose just on a public perception, public thoughts type of tip. But let's get back to these clips.
Like you're considered no good. Like I really shouldn't even be talking to you, but we're going to do this conversation and it's going to be good journalism. My goal beforehand was to get him to play himself.
Is he okay? I got to butt in because is he considered no good already?
Yes.
Hold on.
And that's an important part of this whole thing
Yeah.
because Lush wants to be an objective journalist, but he also wants to meat ride the Rossosphere and make them think that he's cool. And so it's like if he's super fair and balanced, he's going to seem like a better journalist. But if he goes in on homie, then people like Bozo and HATERWORLD are going to be like, hell yeah, Lush, you held it down.
Yeah, you held it down. But at the end of the day, okay, did he continue the relationship after he found out? Because he had to continue to be a father regardless. Because how do you leave a kid in this world?
I don't want to.
If I get tricked, I do my thing. 8 months later, she said she have a baby. Now, do I not deal with her?
But also, she's 20 now.
That doesn't mean
he could hit it guilt-free now, right?
Wrong, weirdo. What the hell? Brick was like trying to just dig into the whole situation more and maybe seek understanding. And here comes Adam 16 with his weird thoughts. This is why he's still getting called what he's getting called to this day. It's stuff like that. Talking about, oh, well, he can just hit it freely now. Like, no, you freaking alleged groomer. Who thinks like that? Oh, I met this girl when she was 16. I didn't know that she was 16. I hit, and then she told me after I hit. Then this is impregnation aside would still be wrong. You accidentally hit, leave it at that. What do you mean you can get back in there? What is wrong with bro? Like, I know this is a strange person we're covering, but what is wrong with this nigga?
Nah, you don't even double back. Because like, you deceived. You got me going through a whole lot of controversy at this point. But it's like, did they keep on going after that?
That was the end of it. Oh,
I don't want to reveal too much from the interview, but what I will say is he found out, supposedly, that she was pregnant. He was at the Santa Fe Springs swap meet, which is like the #1 place.
Oh, I don't want to give up detail. It gives you the exact spot where he got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I feel like we're getting away from the actual conversation here, which is like, how do you sit there and have a fair conversation with this guy and then immediately reveal afterwards that you were wearing a shirt that accused him of being a PDF?
That's for sure the main plot here, but I have a random thought, or not so random thought, honestly. And it's this. Even if she was 20 years old and Marvelous was 36, 37 at the time that he impregnated her, being 40 years old with a 20-year-old baby mama is wild. You're still getting looked at crazy by most people. You're not Hugh Hefner, bro. That's wild. And even Hugh Hefner, that's no one to hold in high regard. That's like putting up a Diddy poster in 2025. Like, oh nah. If you walk into a house party and the only poster on the wall is P. Diddy, you're weird for staying at that party. Because it's safe to assume they're gonna be on some weird activities in there. I'm just saying. 40 to 20. And I was gonna save this for later for what's to come with these clips, but I'm just gonna get this theory off right now. I think that perhaps the age of consent laws will change, and this is what I mean by that. Now, this of course is a state to state thing in the United States, right? Because that's how constitutional rights and all that stuff works. Is all there's that, but then there's still state to state differences, right? So, as far as this thing that's in place to protect children and to also protect young adults, I think that it would probably change to like an age gap based thing plus a set age. So I would assume that with all these controversies that pop up, not just in this one instance, but there's so many instances that we could pull from the past like 10 years if you really dig into like news articles and stuff. Where I think the age of consent will probably move to 21. If you can buy a drink, then you can legally, have intimate interactions with other consenting adults. So move that to 21, first of all. But then also, for some extra protection there, put an age gap, legal gap limit. Whatever that is, that would have to be decided and thought about in more detail. But that's my solution to this problem, because it's a problem. Because like I said just a second ago, 20 and 40, you're still getting looked at crazy everywhere you go. Even if you never planned on being like, with this baby mama, like you were just caught in the moment, boom, it happened. You have a kid, you're going to do what you need to do as a man to take care of the kid for sure. Understood. But what about on that kid's birthday parties when y'all have to be in the same place and family from both sides are in the same place for said kid's first birthday, second, third, fourth, all that stuff? You don't think her side of the family is looking at you like, yo, this piece of shit? I know in my culture, we'd be looking at Unc like, nah, Unc, you tweaking. What's up with bro? We getting up out here early and everything. Before he tried to slide, he might try to trade IGs with the nephew's girls and stuff. F that. You shouldn't be competing with your nephews. 40 and 20 is crazy.
It was funny. What do you mean?
Damn.
Like, this shit was funny as hell. What are
It
you
must
talking
be
about?
two sides.
I
Are you
really
a
don't think it's funny
both-sider?
though. I think it's fake as fuck.
I don't
Both-sider,
I don't
right?
think it's fake at all.
Explain to me how it's not fake for me.
Both-sider.
I don't think
Okay,
that,
and maybe
that remains to be
based
seen.
on all information that we've heard, including what I believe that the girl said, it was accidental. She
Well,
lied about her age.
Yeah, but
For context, I do have the clip of Marvelous talking to the young woman that he impregnated when she was 16 years old. And she's basically just going to. I low key think she might even be reading off a script, but she's just going to regurgitate all the information that we've already seen. But for those of you that like, getting further context and just clips that you may not feel like going and digging up yourself, I dug for it for you, and it's right here. So check it out.
Okay, and there you go.
Thank you for joining and taking the time to call in. And people wanted to hear from you. So I'm sorry. First of all, I just want to say I'm sorry about all this stuff.
Give me your phone.
Oh, here you go, bro. I want to apologize and say I'm sorry for all this. You know how out of control it got, especially coming from one of my seeds. And I'm just gonna let you say your piece, and you go ahead, and the platform is yours. This is the mother of my daughter, Devina, and go ahead. The floor is yours. You can introduce yourself and whatever you want to say.
How me and Daniel met was my sister went to get a tattoo. She invited me over. I went over. I liked his work. I already had work done on myself. Um, but I wanted to, you know how it is, try different tattoo artists. So I made an appointment with him. Um, before, getting into the tattoo, he did ask for my identification. Yes, I did have a fake ID, of course, because I already have tattoos. So I know how it goes. They ID you. I provided him with it. In my I did say I was 20 years old. I think I did definitely look 20 years old. I've never looked my age. That's besides the point. Um, So I just kept making appointments, kept getting tattoos. It was all very professional until it wasn't one day we started texting. Um, we got involved and that's it. I actually I left the state after finding out I was pregnant. Um, everyone has this narrative that me and him were in a relationship when in reality I never even lived in Los Angeles since I got pregnant. So I moved out of state years ago and I happened to be visiting. I didn't let him know about the baby or anything until I happened to be in Los Angeles visiting and I ran into him in the Santa Fe swap meet. I seen him with another woman and I decided to, I don't know, I guess that was my chance to let him know that I was pregnant. Unfortunately, he found out along with his baby mom that I was underage. I was not 16, I was 17 years old. Um, of course, he was vivid. We didn't speak. All the messages of me demanding whatever I wanted out of him, it never happened, not willingly. Um, and that's it.
But then again, like that's not taking into account the power dynamics of a dude that's 20 years older than a chick. How easy it would be to manipulate.
What
do you mean?
If she's saying she's 18 or 20 and if she's legal,
if she's legal,
who
at
gives
that
a
point,
fuck?
you don't give.
See, and that's why Adam 16 should be the last person to speak on things that require like having morals. We know you don't have morals. So just a little context on me saying that Adam has no morals. This is all my opinion, of course. Adam, out of his own mouth, I want to say the audio is coming up at some point in this video, but out of his own mouth says that he just came from doing an orgy. You just had an orgy and then came in here and did this podcast. And this was a 4-hour episode, mind you. So he was feeling real good after that and decided to pod for way more time than what they usually pod for. The employees are ready to go home and shit. And he still made them sit there and do the music stream after this too. Well, yeah, back into this nonsense, because now you got Adam and Brick saying, "Oh, who gives a damn if the age gap is creepy?" Like, yeah, just because it's legal doesn't mean that you should be doing it. 20 and 40 is crazy. A 20-year age gap is bonkers.
You can't. If she got the fake ID, if she could get past that, and then you end up hitting, that don't mean nothing. They made an age to where you can hit. They're grown. At 18, you can hit.
It's not illegal. It's not
no matter how
rejected by society. Society as a whole, I believe, has accepted that 18 is pretty much the default age of consent.
For sure, but how long have you actually kicked it with an 18-year-old girl and not realize, oh my God, This person is so significantly.
I can fuck her even if she was fucking a fucking kid. Like, not a kid. I'm saying, if she acts like a kid at 18, if she still acts like a kid at 18, I can still fuck because she's 18. There's no
Well, you could fuck a 25-year-old girl with Down syndrome.
Exactly. I fucked chicks who were 30 and they were so stupid that it was like they're mentally they were a 12-year-old.
She act like
Wait. So he gave you information during the interview, but then you didn't call him out during the interview. You then did this stunt with a T-shirt that you already had on the news right after.
What do you mean? I called him out during the interview. Like, I called it.
From what I heard, it was not really the tone of the interview. I've heard that it was pretty friendly. Well, the reason why it's so believable too is because I've known a million girls throughout my life that got tattoos when they're underage. It's like the number one thing that people use a fake ID for.
Of course. But I still think that there could have been.
And I know a couple that hit the tattoo man in high school.
For sure. We literally were just talking about this shit last week. It's a very
not like that. I don't know that.
That's the girl version of like pulling a skit. Like getting fucking a dude when they're underage and tricking them.
Yeah, like how we used to do. 16, I'm 18.
People, morality, and standards for people. So we probably don't need to just default to a bunch of crazy ass gangbangers and how they would handle it.
Well, yeah, but
we did kind of do it during the academics thing too.
But then, like,
we were kind of like, in the gang world or the BMX world at the skate park when I was 14, it would have been kind of not that bad.
But I agree because it wasn't that bad when.
See, first of all, they definitely came on here and defended academics. Everybody thought that they were going to roast academics because when No Jumper was beefing with academics, it was literally academics versus everybody in the building at one point. And Brick and Sharp actually took the beef the most serious out of anybody, and they were going on Sharp streams after work on the late night yelling at academics and everything. But then they all came on here and defended Ack for his obvious strange behavior. Oh, and speaking of Ack, I seen that he got arrested for his dog biting his neighbor allegedly. I don't know if that's actually what he got, put in cuffs for, or if he actually got put in cuffs or not. I got to look further into that, but I might be doing another academics video. And speaking of my academics video, actually, some of y'all may have noticed. If not, go watch my academics video if you care about that topic. But it's age restricted, which is interesting because I don't say that any of my videos are for children or anything like that. When I'm posting them, I always say, no, this is not for children. And all my viewership demographics literally is from 18 and up. I don't get any percentage of views from people under the age of 18, which is exactly how I intend. That's by design. That's how I post my videos. I don't want a adolescent audience at all. This is like talking to the homie at the bar or, like things like that. Like, this is not for the kids. We're not covering childish topics. This is, if the kids want to be entertained, go watch Kai Cenat or Plaque Boy Max. You know what I'm saying? You can go watch them animated niggas. I'm not here for it. I'm here to have conversations, to laugh, to think about things, to propose ideas, and whatever comes to mind. But what I'm not here for is for the entertainment of children. If I want to entertain a child, I will go and dance with my daughter real quick and watch her laugh because that's fun. But as far as entertaining random children online, nah, I'm not Dr. Seuss or none of them children's book type niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's not what this is about. I'm all Charles Barkley mode. I am not your role model, even though I do speak about sobriety and how it's good. I ain't trying to be no role model either. Don't get it twisted. So if you are a little badass kid saying that you 18 to watch my videos, go on, get on now. But anyways, I don't know why that's age restricted. I'm one of the only channels that actually blurred out dude's face that reposted the Discord call. Most people that posted that didn't blur out the faces. It's like me and just like a handful of other creators that did. And their videos aren't age restricted. So I don't know what's up with that. I'm about to contest that. But anyways, back into these clips.
A cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I'm mad because I just saw somebody say I'm in a bad mood. I just fucked 5 girls in an orgy, and then I smoked a blunt in the car while eating a salad.
Oh, wait, Marvelous is calling right now.
Oh, hell
Yeah.
yeah. Update.
Marvelous, what up?
Hey, why you lying on me on the air right now, fool?
What? How am I lying on you?
Because you're talking about my neighborhood and all this and that, homie. I'm with my homies. What the fuck you talking about?
I'm just saying that I've.
And we don't have the green light, fool.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. I
just
said I even said I don't know if the green light thing is still a thing, but I've just been told, like I was told that there's a lot of people from over there that aren't fucking with you.
It doesn't matter what you're told, homie. Remember you said you're a journalist in my face? You said you do journalism, right?
Correct.
What is journalism? You get all sides of the story, homie, and then you drop all that. Not just one side, homie. That's why I went over there by myself, and I told you that on camera. You should drop that interview, dog. Don't edit nothing out. Don't edit
nothing is being edited.
Like a man by myself with all you fools there. I wasn't worried about shit.
No,
bro, there's like 3 people here.
Drop the interview, bro. This ain't about views, homie. You're fucking with my life right here.
Yo, Marvelous question. Are you pissed off about him wearing the shirt right after on another podcast?
He wasn't wearing. I ain't seen no fucking shirt on him. I would have set flight on him. What the fuck you talking about?
Exactly. Did you see the shirt on the other interview that he wore right after he left you? But you not standing on what you standing on. What he telling you is that what you just was telling us was false. You didn't come at him no type of way other than talk about a journalist and getting his side of the story. If you was feeling biased or if you was feeling any type of way about him, you didn't press that line during the interview, is what he said. You never pressed no line.
We talked before, and I told him I want to do the interview, but don't edit it out. Let's do this shit for real. If you're gonna be for real about this shit, and you want the full shit, and you call yourself a journalist, then
no one's gonna edit it, bro. Like I'm telling you, no one's editing.
Get it out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then why you talking shit after the fact, homie? Come on, dog. You should have said all that shit right when I was there. Come on, fool.
Said
You're
what?
From a neighborhood, aren't you?
Said what?
You're from a neighborhood, though, aren't you?
Said what?
Listen to me, homie. You're from a neighborhood, right?
Said what?
Are you yes or no?
You're not listening to me.
Yes or no? He asking you
Nah.
a question.
Listen.
I'm from West LA.
I'll leave you with this, bro. If you're from a neighborhood and you feel some type of way, if you feel who's a pedo or a rat, you take flight on that motherfucker, homie. Come on.
Well,
I talk about it and just try to cover your tracks and say you're a journalist. Be for real, homie.
What do you mean, bro? We're city. We're in the middle. Cool, but we're in the middle of No Jumper, and you know, bro, like I don't bring people over here for no fuck shit. I bring over people here for conversations and for content, my boy.
And that's what I went over there for, dog.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to shit, so hey, homie, get the facts straight. All that little text message that girl put out, that was her admitting to her lying to me. That was the one my son tried to smoke me up with because he's hurt over a girl. This is family shit.
All right, so that's Lush getting pressed live on air by Marvelous Inc., the person that he interviewed and then went and disrespected behind his back while on a live stream. I guess he thought he wasn't going to watch the No Jumper News, and maybe Lush didn't anticipate getting called out for his shady behavior, but he did get called out for it. But now, so Marvelous said something on that phone call that was interesting, and I can't show all of what is shown in this video, but I can show what I can show. Because some of it is just, is too inappropriate for YouTube. But if you want to watch the whole thing, go over to HATERWORLD's channel, and they have the whole unedited version up on their page still. And Marvelous has 10 kids, 9 that are biologically his, and 2 of his sons called in to HATERWORLD because they went into his house and retrieved one of his cell phones, and on that cell phone they had some stuff that would be, of value to anybody that has a platform that, is beefing with Marvelous. So what did they do? They went to Marvelous's biggest op and presented the information that they found on the cell phone. And also, they even offered, if you guys go and watch their full video, they offered to sell the cell phone for $200. $200 and you could have this phone and, go through all this dude's business. Is logged into all of his accounts and all that. So They was moving grimy. But yeah, so the point is that honestly, this is the craziest thing that I've ever covered in my short YouTube career. This dude's family dynamic is freaking nuts. He's beefing with at least two of his kids. Um, the rumor was that it was over a female that he had in common with one of the kids or two of them. I'm not quite sure. He says that's not true, and even the kids say that's not true. But they're gonna say why they're beefing in this clip. So check this out.
Boom. All right. What's up? What's up, bro? Can you hear me?
What's up, bro? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You're already on live, just to let you know.
All right, for sure, dog. Yeah, man, shit.
Hold
I'm
on.
just getting on here.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
First of all, let everybody know who you are, folks, so that way they know exactly who we're talking to.
I'm Daniel, the main motherfucking son that he was talking about in that whole podcast.
Talk to us real quick about how this started, bro. How did you start having problems or beef with this fool?
Here, I'll let my brother get the phone right here.
All right.
Hey, look, this Michael right here. This the middle one.
You're his son too.
Yeah, I'm the middle.
Okay.
I'm in the middle.
Okay. How did this start with your dad?
Look, this all started over some some bullshit, man. Over a female. Over a female, man. And this shit, like, it just escalated because I don't know. He just can't take accountability for what he did. Like, he just, he's in denial about his actions. He can't, like how he preaches how he's a man and shit. He can't take full responsibility of what he did or whatever. I don't know what the fuck. But he was denying allegations against him for. I don't want to get into much detail. I don't know if my brother wants to speak about it, but it was between him and my brother Daniel. So that shit, whatever him and my brother Daniel had, whatever, he pulled out receipts against him, went to his house, showed him the receipts. My dad, I guess, you feel me? I don't know.
So you guys,
he went back in the house.
So basically, you're saying that you guys don't get along over a female, and that's how the beef started or the problems?
Nah, bro.
No.
Hell no.
So let me explain it. So this all happened because of a female that I was fucking with, not my girl at all. A girl that I was fucking with around in the street. I'm pretty sure everyone fucks around with girls around in the street, not the girls. Whatever the fuck, long story short. They posted me and my son on this page. And there was a few lovely comments and there was a few hate comments. And some of these hate comments are talking about, yeah, I'm fucking your dad or something. So my big deal is I'm not beefing over a bitch. I have my own family, dog. I have a son. You feel me? I'm out the way. I'm not on the internet. You see my Instagram, 30 people, all family. I don't follow none of these bullshit pages. I'm not on this fucking internet shit. I'm not showing my fucking face. I'm walking around good, homie. I have my head high to the motherfucking sky. I'm good in the books. I'm good everywhere I go, straight up like that. Anyways, I pulled up to his house. This bitch is causing drama on the internet. My baby mama sees it. Come on, fool. Who baby mama is not gonna trip? I got at this fool like a motherfucking man. I hit him up, straight up. Oh, pull up. All right, bet. The fuck, homie? I pulled the fuck up. Straight up. What'd he do? Went inside like a little fucking bitch. He started getting crazy with my hefa. My hefa took me. I didn't have a car at the time. Oh, wow, homie. Straight up. He took his anger out on my mom. That's what it is. The next day came. My brother had a car from him, fool. It's under his name, of course. The fuck? This fucking fool took the car back. Now, my brother's out to get back what's his, homie. He been paying money. You feel me? So, in some way, fool, like, you gotta give up the money or back the car keys, dog. So straight up. So go ahead. Now it's back to my story, cause that's how it happened, dog. So once again, it's not over a bitch. It's over. It's the principle. You feel me?
Yeah.
How the fuck you gonna fuck a bitch that your son was fucking? Straight up, dog. And
that's the principle. That's the main principle.
That's the main principle of the thing. Like, it's dirty, homie. It's filthy. It's disgusting. I'm not fucking your bitches. I'm not getting at your bitches. I don't want your bitches, homie. You have STDs. Your bitches are crying to my mom. Talking about you have STDs, you fucking chomo.
Hey, they're not fucking with you over there. The Maravillas don't fuck with you.
My son, but look at homie, my son's not a gang member. My son's not even allowed in his own neighborhood.
I thought he is a gang member, and I thought he's your op.
That's what I heard. No, he's not, bro. He brought a whole rat, an informant that got me for attempted murder back in the day. He's no good out here. That's my little boy still, though. I love him. I don't want nothing to happen to him, and the people know that. His homies know that. You know, it's not cool. You can't believe everybody you hear, especially a child. If your child comes against you, homie, and rats on you, Come on, dog.
No, that has got to be one of the craziest things I've ever heard. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
I'm grown, homie. I'm a grown man. 43 years old. I've been there.
Father son gang beef involving snitching and fucking each other's girls and
That is crazy for sure.
yeah, what the fuck?
Subliminals, and that's what the world watches. All you fools throwing subliminals. I'm not talking about Brick. I don't know about Brick.
Brick's the worst one here, honestly.
But I'm saying, like, he seems the only one with some fucking common sense right there, homie.
I would also like to say I have common sense, but
well, look,
be for real, fool. Be for real.
Hey,
you guys want to talk about other men while this dude's fucking selling his wife, and you guys are trying to make views.
All right, I don't like him anymore.
I try to tell you, bro.
I still think you're fake, but he's a dickhead. All right,
well, regardless, Marvelous, the interview is dropping most likely tomorrow, if not the day after that.
Who's calling you now?
But my phone.
See, so right there, I'm glad Marvelous dissed Adam right there, because that showed that we don't have to speculate and guess, was Adam defending Marvelous or not. Now we know that he was. And it's not for the reasons that I'm sitting here speculating and kind of trying to see, like how I said, I could see why some people are not necessarily defending him, but I could see why some people aren't as quick to throw judgments as others, especially if it's in your best interest to be ops with him or whatever, because you can get some good content out of it. I'm not about to just drag someone's name through the mud that accidentally did something versus somebody that seeked it out and did it on purpose, or even if you didn't seek it out, if you knew and still did something, then that's totally different. And if information ever comes out that says that that's what actually happened with this, then you already know what side I'm on. Lock him up. Lock him up. Because even Adam waiting in the bushes, I think that he deserves the treatment that he's been getting for the past however many years. Because that's crazy that to meet someone, riz them up in their 16, 17 years old, and you wait in the bushes a year or two, or in Adam's case 3, and then hop on the first plane to see them the first chance you get. That's grooming, and you done groomed and completed the mission on top of that. So that, Adam, of course, is going to want people like him to feel safe in his space. He wants No Jumper to be a safe space, in my opinion. He wants it to be a safe space for people that have done questionable things with minors. He wants it to be a safe space for the A minors. I'm surprised that he don't got a Drake picture put up somewhere on the wall himself. Don't sue me, Drake. This is just jokes and opinions. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's finish up these clips, and then we got a bonus clip that comes from the No Jumper music stream. At least one of those clips. It's all from the same day. It's something that kind of not got swept under the rug, but I think that since it was right after the academic shit, we were all the YouTubers, we were just hesitant to even cover it because of all the weird stuff that I think Axe team did, trying to silence YouTubers that were shedding light on it. And yeah, Lush. Now, the reason why nobody trusts Lush is because he's always flip-flopping. Every day he's on something different. One day he's Mr. I only started doing hard substances because I was abused as a minor by my aunties and their friends and all types of stuff like that. And I'll never laugh at someone's trauma when it comes to something like that. But that's what he says in his Software Underbelly interview, which I even used in reference when Ack was being dismissive over the effects of teenage boys being exposed to intercourse too soon. He tried to say, and ain't nothing wrong with it. If it was a girl, I would understand. But since it's a boy, who cares? Who gives a F is what he said. That was his first response. Then he seen the backlash of that was bad, and then came on stream the next day and started doing all the PR stuff, right? But the damage was already done. Now, you got Adam and all of them. They came in Academic's defense. And for what reason, I don't know, other than the fact that Adam has a soft spot in his heart for people that are going through a similar trials and tribulations to what he put himself through by being a creep and waiting in the bushes for that girl to turn 18. That, you know, so he has a soft spot for creepers, and he was offering Marvelous, in his mind, he was trying to offer Marvelous a safe space. He was probably even going to have him on the No Jumper News and run him through the whole media cycle. But I think he's kind of coming at Lush because Lush kind of ruined the play by putting on the shirt. He's thinking about when he got called out by a Saint and Sinner to his face, and it was getting roasted to his face about stuff on that one random podcast. Like Adam's been going through a long form humiliation, like ritual type thing, right? But it's like all his choice. That's the wild part. He's the one curating what the ritual will be, and you know, anything for the clicks and views, I guess, is kind of his motto. But anyways, let's get into these final clips, man. And for those of y'all that have watched this far, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that enjoy my videos. And even those of y'all that don't, if you're hearing me at this point, you must have enjoyed something about it. So hit that like, comment, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get to this 2,000 subs. Y'all the realest MVPs. Then got me to 1,000 already. Let's run it up to 2,000 and so on and so forth. Keep on climbing. Because, you know, honestly, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I want a YouTube plaque one day. I know that's going to take a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of hard work and dedication, but I want me a YouTube plaque. And, you know, when I hit that 100K, I'm going to have my plaque. I'm not going to buy no bots or nothing like that, like Flacco allegedly. And I'm going to actually be able to show my plaque to y'all. I'm going to flex it just like I flex my little watch and my little Rolly type clock. You know what I'm saying? When I get me a real Rolly, I'm going to flex that too. And, you know, hopefully all my subs have goals and we all just going to hit them goals together, man. But again, thank you for watching up to this point. This is not the outro. I'm just, you know, I should say that. But anyways, back to the clips.
The other reason why people were tripping on Marvelous is because he one of the things is he went on the Food Community podcast a while ago with Icon and said Jesus was a pedo. Because you had a shirt in a video, I think it said Jesus was a
Never.
Okay, so that's not true?
No, well, I don't know where you seen a shirt.
The Jesus is a pedophile or some shit was the shirt?
I've never made a shirt like that.
Okay, so has anyone ever asked you about that before?
No, you're the first person I ever heard that from.
Okay, so this is something that I
said that. I said that because
had this whole thing where he's talking about.
I mean, to be fair, 2,000 years ago, I'm sure they had much less evolved ideas about the age of consent.
For sure.
You know,
for sure, not as nuanced.
Really,
I
the
don't
whole
even
like
think they had ages back then
at all. They couldn't count, probably.
Yeah,
They probably could count, but I mean,
7 rocks.
Even like 50 years ago, like the age of consent, I don't think was like this serious.
Jerry Lee Lewis was fucking his 13-year-old cousin.
Jerry Seinfeld was fucking a 17-year-old. He had the biggest TV show in the country.
Yeah,
I feel like
now they're trying to justify it on the low. But if somebody were to, like if they had text-to-speech and somebody sent a super chat and said, yeah, and on top of the Seinfeld and all them people, Adam 16, he waited in the digital bushes. They'll be, oh, whoa, turn that off. I don't want to hear no chat. Like, man, what? How y'all trying to justify it now? This is exactly why everybody has these problems with Lush. Because on one end, you swear you despise the guy, but then now, once your boss, who holds the leash around your shot collar, wants to call something out, you right along with them calling it out. Which side are you on the subject? Pick a side and make some points from that side, bro. It's not that complicated. If you want to play the middle, but don't do weirdo things like wear somebody's dish shirt. That's like kicking it with somebody and then saying we smoking on so-and-so right after. Like, what? You smoking on him like he your op, but you was just smoking with him. That don't make no sense. Which one is it? You can't be so extreme if you're going to sit in the middle. I like to sit on the middle on certain topics, but at the end of the day, like I said, I think it's pretty obvious if you know how to read between the lines. I don't rock with the fact that Even if bro thought that the girl was 20 at the time, I still think you're a creep. Does that mean that you belong in prison for it? No, not necessarily. If it was 20 and 40-year-old age gap, but do I think that that should be allowed still? No. But at this moment in time, the law allows for 20 and 40, for sure. It allows for 18 and 40. Shoot, it allows for 18 and 75. That does not mean that it's okay. There was and that's the thing too. There was signs with like people like if they want to bring up famous people. There were signs with people like Russell Simmons and stuff long before they ever got caught up with any type of allegations. There were signs that yo, bro, that gap is kind of crazy. What's going on? And the type, DiCaprio. I wouldn't be surprised if one day something comes out with him, because he's known for cycling them out as soon as they turn 25. That's wild. That you got it in the rule book that you can't turn 25 around me. You be gone, get gone. Got 3 more on the way. Like, whoa. And they be freshly turned 18. He playing right on the edge of the rules. People like that are creeps. And a lot, just because it's not no super loud voices just come out and be like, I know it's legal, but that's still weird. There is still a large majority of people that are saying exactly that. And that's where they're choosing to be delusional because they're creeps. We know Mr. I just came from an orgy will hit anything that he's allowed to hit and might even hit things that he's not allowed to hit, in my opinion. But anyways, back to the clips.
If you were able to reproduce back then, I think sex was more of a reproduction and and back in the caveman days and shit.
I mean, you don't even got to go back in time. You just got to go to the fucking Middle East.
You're straight.
They're banging all ages.
In fact, there's
so
states.
You bleed.
I mean, I'm not going to say every country, but some gigantic percentage of them.
There's states in America where the age of consent is still 16. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but they got some crazy stuff going on in the mother country. I hit it to like Hispanics come like their family. They're cool with them dating older men because the ones that are traditional, like that's like really from over there, they come from where 14 and all that. They're not looking at it as like, oh, my daughter's with a grown man. It's like this is what goes on at home. It's
she got chose.
Second nature. Yeah, it's second nature.
Well, I think a lot
and
of
then grooming is crazy because what do you call somebody who plans your husband?
I mean,
who? What? Your husband?
Like you're talking about prearranged marriages.
Yeah, prearranged marriages. Like, what is that called? That's not grooming.
I'm not too up on what the culture is in Mexico with like 14, 15-year-old girls and all that. Being like married to grown men or whatever that Brick is talking about there. Adam's still trying to make like jokes and stuff, but I think that might actually be like a decent point that culturally that's kind of what it is, but at the same time, that's still not an excuse. If you're a 40-year-old man, you shouldn't be hitting nothing that's questionable. Because at the end of the day, this is America that this took place in, and you know how the saying goes, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So if you want to live like that, you got to go somewhere else and do that. There's a lot of other countries where that is acceptable. Now, are you a super creep to get on a plane to go and hit something that's of questionable age? Absolutely, but you got Adam 16 that did get on the plane to hit something questionable. So, of course, he's going to defend you until you decided to to shit on him, but he deserves to be shit on. And see, people take it easy on Adam. This whole episode I was watching with the anticipation of either Lush or Marvelous calling Adam out for the Adam 16 allegations, but Lush knew if he did that, he was about to get fired. But at one point, he seemed emotional enough to the slip up was near. It was very near. But anyways, bonus clip. Was getting to this bonus clip. I already talked about it. It's when 4 Extra was still free. And their Lush. Now my thing is this. if you have a 14-year-old son and he's an aspiring rapper or he is a rapper, whatever the case may be, signed to something, whatever. Is Lush really the person that you want him hanging around with? Now, keep in mind that the person who's blurred out in this, parents were present during the filming of this podcast. But Lush is the last person that I would want you to be around. Lush is a known fiend. You think he might not, like, bro, what? Just even riding to No Jumper from the train station or whatever with Lush, there's a chance that Lush just hit the pipe before he picked him up. There's a chance that Lush might go into the gas station to get some snacks, and Young Bull gonna start going through the car, going to the glove compartment and find some Pookie to hit. Or stuff in your sock for later. Oh, this look fun. Find a pill or something. Just all types of things that a 14-year-old could be exposed to kicking it with Lush. Now, on top of that, you have Lush and the whole No Jumper staff saying, I don't see what the problem is with what Ack was saying. Shoot, when I was 15, my dream would have been for some strippers to get called to the function by the older homies. So that's the type of people you gonna let your kid hang around? The type that are gonna say, I'm gonna make his childhood dream come true like it's Disneyland. I'm gonna call some strippers. I'm gonna call Sharp and have him bring some of them people over that's gonna, you know what I mean, get the transacting. Like, nah, this ain't it. This clip that's coming up right here, I must speak out against it because this ain't it. They should have never had no 14-year-old, I don't care if you're a rapper or not, they should have never done this, and they only did it to play in the face of the audience. They said our fans don't give a shit about academics yelling at that boy about his sex life. And then you got academics out here trying to report people's videos and stuff. You weasel, you. You should be ashamed of yourself even more than you already are. But anyways, speaking of shame, everyone in this video should be ashamed of themselves. And I was wrong. I have a video with the thumbnail says 4 Extra can save No Jumper. No, he can't. No, he can't, because he's just as demented as the rest of them. Anyways, let's watch this little bonus clip from the shit show, aka the music stream. Yeah, every once in a while there's a rare little gem in this turd of a show. So let's check it out.
Yeah, you could be a cool ass kid and still do good in school.
Most popular kid in his school.
I believe it, especially after that. Yeah. He got 4 extras putting him in a headlock on the No Jumper show.
Yeah.
Come on,
He lit. He been lit. He been lit.
You gotta think. He said I got straight A's. The only thing I can say, stay in school. I don't know if you never a teacher, whatever, how you got your straight A's. Because nowadays, I see so many goddamn kids getting graduated and they don't even got an education.
But now if you fuck your teacher, it's considered child abuse.
Yeah.
Damn.
The fuck is that?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
Why my teachers couldn't?
I know. I didn't even have a hot teacher
My
ever.
teachers didn't give me no pussy.
Never.
I wish that bitch would have gave me some pussy.
Even a marginally hot
Nigga
teacher.
Taraco,
makes
rest in
her
peace,
up there.
cuz, no.
Even a dude.
Cuz used to see me with the bitch like, cuz that's your teacher on 40 crib, cuz.
None of that bitch.
Bang, cuz,
I wish that bitch would have. My teacher would have gave me some pussy.
I wish I had the courage just to drop her name one day, cuz it's just so much come behind that shit now. You don't even want to brag
Is
about
there a
that
statute
shit.
of limitation on those?
On
potential
an
charge?
R?
I mean, yeah, there might not be.
Diddy
like-
will.
Yeah, you know, but
I'm not
no,
gonna Google what is the statute of limitations on that.
Bro, I'm not-
That's a weird Google to have on your account.
If a teacher want me to nail, I'm gonna nail that bitch.
No, but
I'm nailing her.
They don't.
I'm
when-
nailing
when
her
is
off the
the-
bat.
You're an adult.
When is
I
the-
don't, if I was his age and my teacher tell me to nail her, I'm nailing her off the bat.
On the hood. Look.
He was finna. And then what did I say to you? I said, "You this is gonna backfire." And then what? And I'm not even trying to. It backfired severely. But the
And me apologizing because I had to apologize.
But no,
I'm
the
a real
point is,
nigga. I could apologize.
because I'm your friend for real, bro.
Yeah.
And I would never
In
like
the middle of me arguing with you, I told you I
Yeah,
love you,
exactly.
but
I
you
love
did
you
some
too.
more shit.
And just like
What am I missing?
nothing, bro. Like the whole episode apparently.
So, cuz basically, him and Compa did a pod, right?
Compa.
And
Shout
these
out-
two
shout out
niggas
Compa.
covered Brick Baby being jealous of 4 extras, right? And
Which no, we
no,
didn't.
hold on,
First of all,
no, they covered
yeah.
a meme. I got you. They covered a meme of something about 4Xtras and me not getting along, or something about him not dapping me up. They whatever, however it went.
Coleman
And
was trying to
then
gaslight me.
yeah, and then you
This is gonna backfire. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that, Lush. But he wasn't talking about what we were seeing on the camera. What we were seeing on the camera is Mr. I don't give a fuck about nothing but myself and me smoking these joints while I do my air quotes job. You can't have enough respect for the child that's on the stream to not light up a joint right in front of his face, suspect? Like, come on, bro. Smoking in front of kids is goofy. Have some respect for the parents, for the child, for everybody else involved, not just yourself. And Britt getting his blunt ready right there. One of my first videos ever. I deleted some of my very first videos ever, but so if you just go down now, I think it's my first video ever. Is No Jumper host hotboxing Snoopy Badass's baby mama as she's pregnant with a child. Very visibly pregnant, very vocal about being pregnant. Lush was the only one with enough sense to say, oh, we ain't gonna smoke on this stream, but Brick and Suspect smoked the entire stream anyways. And what do? The first chance they get to smoke in front of a teenager, they do it. That's out. That's not cool. Even if it's not your kid, that's disrespectful as hell. What are y'all doing? Grow up. Grow up. Brick is closer to 40 than he is 30, if I'm not mistaken, right? He's like mid-30s. And Suspect's about to be 30 in a few years. And he already looks 30. Then all that usage caught up quick. You look 30 something, like 35, my boy. Grow up. Why are you smoking in front of children? What y'all niggas think nobody's gonna clip this shit? I've been clipping the music stream for a minute. Go watch the 7-Eleven stream. I clipped the music stream. That's one of the things that set my channel apart. I'm one of the only ones in there clipping that shit up. I'm banned from the No Jumper chat because I was roasting them niggas in the early days of this channel. Because they be doing shit and saying shit thinking ain't nobody watching. Oh, it's only 500 views. You thought wrong, nigga. And y'all wrong. Y'all dead wrong. Y'all seen the backlash of the academic shit and said, well, we can get away with it. We're the coolest podcast in the world. Man, get out of here with that. Anyways, though, thank you for watching, y'all. This is the outro. Like I've said before, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate all y'all. And hey, we're at like an hour and 7 minutes right now. So this is for all y'all that been rocking with the longer format. I appreciate y'all. And I hope that y'all appreciate this video. See ya.